going on, guys? It's Delane Isaac, one half of Foreign Strategies. I'm in Mexico, Puerto Escondido. And today, I'm talking about women finessing men and dating. Well, on Instagram and in particular. Oh, let me lock this door. So anyway, I want to talk about how women finesse men with luxury dates, particularly on the first date, right? Biggest rule of thumb is that you do not want to spend a lot of money on a first date, right? Because what tends to happen is, I don't know, the modern women nowadays are just, take a guy, you take a girl on a date, you have a dinner date, let's say, and then what happens is, if it's an early dinner date, let's say 6 p.m., what happens is, after the dinner date, they go see somebody else. They're like, hey, I'm tired, my belly's full, you gave me food, but I'm gonna go see somebody else now. So you're just sitting there, and you spent all this money, and they're like, what the hell? So, anyway, I just want to give you guys a quick story. When I was in Playa del Carmen, make sure you check out the Black Man's Travel Guide to Playa del Carmen. We made a video about that. It was pretty cool. And actually, the French girl that's in that video is pretty much the story is about that. So I matched with a girl who I thought was Brazilian. And we ended up meeting at Bar Local. And this place, it's really cheap, very affordable, good time, party. You can see that, you can see the whole environment in the Black Man's Travel Guide, actually. And so we met up with her, and I was like, hey, you know, I didn't realize that she was French. So when she showed up, I thought she was Brazilian. So I was like, oh, damn, okay. So normally in the past, when I typically date French women, it tends to be 50-50. I had some good experiences, I had some not so good experiences. Not really bad. I had some okay experiences. It just wasn't a match. So hanging out with the chick, and I'm like, damn, you know, she's French. I thought she was Brazilian. I'm like, all right. I had some reservations, but you always want to go into a date with good faith, right? So I just went in with good faith, positivity. Man, this is beautiful in the back right there. So I spent, because I'm paying for the date, right? I invited her out. I didn't spend a lot. I didn't put a high investment into it. I paid about 40 pesos for the margaritas, and then I paid, some shots, like 30-40 pesos. I mean, this place is really cheap. So I'll probably pay like a couple drinks, like $10. That's nothing. No investment, right? So, man, I don't know what the heck that was. So no investment was made. I was like, cool. So another thing I did was I invited my friends out because I wasn't really that interested in her. So I decided that, hey, I'm gonna invite my friends out. I don't really care. And they were like, you know what? We're all just hanging out, we're having a good time. And it was cool. So we ended up going to a second spot, which she requested, because she was like, hey, I really like hookahs. Let's do a hookah. So we decided to do a hookah. And the place that we went to, hey, how you doing? How's it going? The place where we went to was a hookah spot. And it was $50 for one hookah. And then everybody was drinking and stuff like that. So I was cool with that because I thought the vibe was cool and the vibe was nice. She was attractive. I really liked her. I think we got some chemistry. So we just kept it going. So like now, there's a whole group of us all together. It's like 5 on 5. It's like 5 guys, 5 girls. And everybody's smoking the hookah that I bought, which I don't mind. But then she started getting a little frustrated. She was like, oh man, you know, why are all these people smoking my hookah? And I was like, you know what? You bring a good point. Why is everybody smoking? Obviously, I don't care if T-Bob was smoking it. He's the homie. You know, we started this Foreign Strategies together. So to get to the points, to wrap it up, pretty much after the bill hit, people were scattering. The bill came. All these drinks that people were like buying, like all these Heineken bottles people were drinking, it was all on my bill. And I'm like looking. I'm like, wait a minute. Why I pay for this? I don't remember paying for this. So the bill came, and I was thinking to myself, like, wait a minute. I'm spending way too much money to be in Mexico. Bill was like up to 2 something. I don't know, maybe 1 something. And luckily my friend paid for it. But at the end of the night, we went to another spot and it was cool. But I noticed that she started getting on her phone. Whoa. Well, I gotta fix this. We gotta fix this. Oh, we're back. Sorry about that, guys. So I noticed that she started getting on her phone, and I'm like, what is she doing on her phone? Why is she on her phone so much? So I noticed that she started getting on her phone, and I was like, why is she on her phone so much? What is she doing on her phone? And it just seemed off. Like, guys, if you're on a date and something's off, 9 times out of 10, something is off, right? So it's about maybe 1 o'clock, 12:30. I was like, hey, do you want to go to my place? She was like, sure. So go back to my place, and we jump on the rooftop, and we take a dip in the pool, and everything was cool up until this point. She started like teasing me, and the thing is like, we're both adults. Like, obviously, we came back to the spot. You know, you're thinking sex is gonna happen or whatever. Even if it didn't happen, she was like, oh, you know, I'm on period or whatever. She was teasing me and stuff. I was like, all right, that's not cool. So she was like, all right, let's hang out tomorrow. I'm like, cool. Hang out the next day. She started being strange. I was like, this is weird. Said she's gonna hit me up. And if a girl says she's gonna hit you up, you just let her hit you up. So she didn't hit me up. And then finally she hit me up. She's like, oh, I went to Cancun. So I was like, okay. She disregarded the next day. So I was like, you know what? Usually that happens, I just move on, right? But I was like, you know what? I'm in Mexico, just having a good time. You know what? Forget about it. So then, like, something told me to, like, you know what? Look at her stories. What her stories look like. So I went on her Instagram, and the whole experience that she had with me was on her stories. And the way she did it was like, yo, somebody could hire her to do an ad for all the stuff that she was doing, because it was like a movie. Like, from the way she did the hookah experience, like the bar local. And mind you, this whole time, I didn't even remember her filming stuff. I'm like, how did she film this stuff? Because I don't remember her bringing out her camera until she was looking at it until we got to the last spot. Yo, the whole story was just curated like it was like a luxury experience. Like you do all-inclusive luxury experiences, this is what you get. Especially when we got to the pool. The way she walked in the pool was like in slow motion. I'm like, yo, I didn't even know Shorty could do that stuff. I was like, yo, I need to hire her. So anyway, I was kind of like, this whole experience is funded by me. And I didn't even get a peek. I didn't give a face shot. I didn't even get like a shot of me at all. I was like, wait a minute now. Like, I'm noticing like a lot of women do this. So that's why I say, you know what? Keep the dates cheap, bro. Keep the dates cheap. That's what I learned. Because a lot of these women, they're straight finessing dudes, man. Like, they don't really want to date the man, they just want the experience, right? I just feel like, because what she probably did, she probably went to Cancun and did the same thing to somebody else. You know, I'm looking at her Cancun stuff and I'm just like, I don't see no guy in it. I just see food. You know what I mean? Like, you see these girls on yachts, you never see the guy, but you always see the luxury part. Man, my camera's like bugging out, guys. Sorry about that. So anyway, I'm rambling. I just wanted to get a video out because I'm traveling all over Mexico. I'm in these remote areas and the internet is terrible. So I've been meaning trying to get a video out. I'm gonna try my best to get a video out a day until I do the real podcast format that me and T-Bob intended to do. So in the meantime, guys, hope you guys like what I was talking about today. And until next time, be sure to like write some stuff in the comments of things that you want us to talk about. And we're just gonna keep this moving, man. We're just gonna keep this going. All right, guys. Signing off. Peace.